Hello.
Hello.
Wake up. Right?
Music Wednesdays.
Music Wednesday. Yes. Some chill time. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Great.
You want to introduce yourselves to the people out there?
Hey, I'm Jarrod. Hey, I'm Charles.
We have an interesting show today, I think. Charles, Allison has been around a long, long time, and now, what is your title here?
Studio engineer.
He's the studio engineer at the studio at the Chattanooga Public Library. You've been behind the glass.
Right, a few times.
What, January?
Yeah, beginning of January.
Yeah.
You're like Oz.
And we thought it'd be a cool idea for you to come and perform. And also, we're going to talk about, we talk every week about what happens here at the library, to talk what actually happens, what can happen,
Sure.
what you do with people. So.
Yeah.
And we have a giveaway coming.
And we have a pair of tickets
that's what
to
I'm doing right
Steep
now.
Canyon Rangers that we're going to give away here in a little bit.
Where are they playing again? Tivoli?
They are at the Tivoli on Friday.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do first?
Yeah. Well, let's sing. Let's do music, and when we come back, we'll give some tickets away, and then we'll get into chit chat. So
Cool. Okay, this is a song called Ceaseless Tune Maze. Oh, those days.
expect your voice to sound like
I
that.
don't know. guess
I don't
we
know
never heard
why. I didn't.
it. What'd you expect it to sound like?
Grittier.
Grittier, okay. It can get pretty gritty.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
a few beers, some cigarettes.
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Always a good time. Yeah.
All right, let's do the tickets thing. It's Steve Canyon Rangers. It's at the Walker.
At the
It's
Walker.
a cooler, smaller,
Cool.
intimate space.
Mhm.
Friday night, we're gonna make it easy. They are there Friday. John Fraser Band. Fraser Band is at Clyde's on Friday as well.
Okay.
They've all played together, and Steve Canyon is coming back March 8th. Who are they going to be performing with? So pretty easy, should be, but you got to. It's a little bit trick. You got to
So
get it
tell me,
right.
what is it again? What's the question?
Who
I'm telling
Who will Steve Canyon Rangers be backing up on March 8th here in town?
Okay.
First person to share and like this and then answer the question.
Wow,
will
you have
be
to
the
do a lot
winner.
of things.
It's
Like,
pretty
share,
simple. Like, share, answer the question, and then go to
Damn.
the will call on Friday to pick up your tickets. So, thanks to the
Are you
Timberlake
going,
Foundation for
Barry?
those. That would be a cool one to go. I know I'm going on the 8th. I bought tickets.
Are you
For
eligible
Steve?
for these tickets?
No.
The
I actually
8th,
bought
the
tickets.
Steve Martin show?
That would be
March
just
8th?
help with the answer, but that's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. Come on.
There you
Let's go.
Part of it. So-
There's another person anyway with
There
them.
you go. Yeah, that's right. All
So you
right,
gotta
so y'all, you two both are part of a four-person band, right?
That's right, Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Where did that name come from other than Japan?
Well, I lived there from when I was about 9 to 11. My dad was an Army chaplain, so it's kind of like this little paradise. It's a tiny little island off the coast of Japan. It's like 50 miles long, 10 miles wide, and that was kind of like a real seminal time of growing up, you know. And it was growing up in this little jungle, you know. It was just this amazing place, and it's always been this kind of touchstone for me. So I just always kind of thought of naming my band that, and I did. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Who else is in it?
Ivan Garcia and Adam Brown. Adam Brown plays drums, and Ivan Garcia plays bass.
And you guys have a gig coming up, right?
We do. March 15th, is that right?
Yeah.
At JJ's with Future Birds.
JJ's again.
Another place, you're
I've
gonna
never
have
been
to
to
go.
Yeah, we
JJ's.
gotta change that. Maybe the
Future Birds.
15th.
So
That's cool.
weird.
It's a good
Maybe
gig.
it's the day. Maybe
Yeah,
it's the
could be.
time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
We
do
should
something about
document it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should come. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my calendar.
Okay.
You guys put it on your calendar. So the 15th at JJ's Future Birds. What time? Late.
JJ's time.
Late.
JJ's time, exactly.
That's probably why I don't
Yeah,
go, because I
right.
know I'm gonna have to get up at like
Let's
6
say
6
9.
a.m. with my
Let's
kids.
say 9 o'clock.
It's a good starting.
Yeah,
We
okay.
won't be early.
There's
All right,
tickets
I'm gonna put it on my calendar right
There's
now.
tickets available, and it will sell out, so
Oh, really?
Yeah, Future Birds.
be sure to grab
Okay.
it. JJ's is intimate, you know.
All right, intimate.
So let's talk about the studio here.
Okay.
You have your own studio, right?
Yeah, I have a home studio that I do a lot of work out of, but it's in my house.
So what made you want to come here?
Well, I heard about this place when they first started talking about building it, and I was just kind of intrigued. But I never made it over here before you know, as it was being built. But I was kind of thought like, wow, like how cool is that? They're building like a real deal studio at the library. So when I found out that they were taking applications and they were looking for a studio engineer, I was just like, yeah, duh. I mean,
That's cool.
Of course, and
It's nice to have a job you like.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, basically, what I do is I just facilitate things, you know, things happening here and make sure that everybody has what they need. So we've started a new thing called Open Studio Time, and it's just 3-hour blocks of time that you can come in and engineer your own sessions and do pretty much whatever you want to do. So it's pretty
And that's what I
awesome
want to
thing.
get into. What does that mean exactly? If I'm a musician out there listening and I've got a song I want, or an album, or
Okay.
you know, what are the limitations? What do I get when I get in here? What do
Okay.
you do for me? I
Yeah,
guess?
well, you know, I mean, the purpose of this studio is to be an educational facility. Like, that's first and foremost why this studio exists. It's not a place to just come record your music for free. So
Right.
the focus really is getting people in here to produce their own music, you know, and get them kind of into a space that they might not have access to without paying a lot of money. So it's kind of like it's an opportunity for people to come in and kind of take the reins on whatever it is they want to do. It could be tracking a song, it could be doing drums on a song that they've started somewhere else, it could be a podcast. The limits really are your imagination. I mean, you can come in and record anything, but the focus really is you doing it. And I'm here to kind of just make sure that everybody has what they need and that you know, they can get something done.
Do you see, are you a producer? Do you see yourself producing somebody come in, or do you just,
No,
here's
no,
how
it's
you,
very- yeah,
here's
as
how
far
you
as-
plug it
yeah.
in, you're not trying to.
Right, yeah, it's very
Same
hands-off
band.
in terms of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But it's about showing people kind of like, you know, here's how you set this up, and then they just take off with it and do whatever they want. But yeah, it's very much centered around the patrons doing what they, you know, doing it all themselves.
Yeah, and I think we've seen it, because we've done this every week now for over a year. There's all kinds of music in town, right? So
Yeah.
the studio's equipped for anything, like you said, your
Pretty much,
imagination.
yeah. I mean, it could be a full band. It could be anywhere from, you know, a full band to a podcast and anything in between. It could be kind of whatever you want to do. So I mean, creatively, there are no limits.
Until schedule time or find out more info, you can go to the library's Facebook, or their phone
Yeah.
number is always listed,
Yeah, the
right?
website, yeah, my
Yeah.
email is on the website.
Cool.
So, yeah, you can email me to set up a time to come in. And so it's you can do 2 blocks, so it's essentially 6 hours per month, so two blocks per month. And the reason why we do that is because we want everybody to have a fair shake at getting in here. We can't just say, oh yeah, you can have unlimited time in here. We're trying to make this a resource that lots of people can get in and use, so
Yeah.
that's why that limitation.
Yeah, people are always telling us about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
definitely
cool place,
utilizing
and there's
it.
stuff going on all the time, and it's an amazing place that I want people to be able to experience.
Did you drop your pick? Did they hear it, or you're not using?
You got
Yeah,
another
you
one.
got
I was
it?
wondering if.
Okay.
But
Gotta be ready.
he's a
I
pro.
was gonna get it for
Funny,
you.
I was like, let's play a song, and
Yeah,
then bing.
yeah.
All right, well, yeah, let's, people like to hear the music, so if you don't mind,
Okay.
do another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Yeah, so this is a song that it's the one song that we've released recently. It's called Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh, that's no fun. Maybe the song is.
No, it's, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. on kind of like the range I'm singing in. Like if I'm singing a little bit lower, then it gets grittier maybe.
Turn up the grit knob.
Yeah, turn up the grit.
You have to feel like a kid in the candy store.
Yeah.
Given the keys to.
Yeah.
What sort of hours is it available for people?
The block was, this is kind of we're sort of our beta testing phase right now because we want to kind of just see what people want. But it's also kind of based on the things that we have going on in the studio already. But the blocks right now are from 9 until noon and 1 till 4. So most of our programming right now happens at from 5 to 7, the Dynamo classes. So we're trying to make the studio available in the daytime, which is a little tricky for musicians because a lot of people work in the daytime.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just testing the waters, and I think it's going to be available to a lot of people, but there are going to be people who just say, I work during the days. It's just, I've already had a few people like that, and it's just kind of
Take a day off.
yeah, you could take a day off, and
Yeah,
do
because
whatever you got to.
you said 2 blocks,
Yeah.
right? It's not like you're getting it every week,
Right.
so make it a.
Yeah, so, hopefully it's a thing that people will just kind of be able to work out with their schedules, but yeah, those are the 2 blocks that are available right now, and so at some point there may be others, but right now that's kind of what we have available and what we're starting with.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think people are always surprised, what you need is a library card.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's easy to get one.
Yeah, I've had several people ask, well, how much does it cost?
Yeah.
You just reminded me, I gotta return some books in my car.
Yeah, you better.
My kids have library cards, I can't find one, but
Really?
yeah, I better return them. Yeah, don't wanna get in trouble with
It's not like you're not here every week.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, not an excuse there.
Speaking of tickets, reminded me when you said cards, did anyone pick up on that, Shaquem?
Nobody went, not yet.
Okay, so let's say it again.
Friday night,
I'm gonna-
Steep Canyon Ranger Show.
And you-
The question is,
You want them to comment under the live with the.
comment under what you're watching right now, like and share, and tell us who Steep Canyon Rangers will be playing with here in town on March 8th.
Is
Should
it
be
the
pretty
8th?
simple.
Only comments we have so far are, nice and that they love the music. Unfortunately, nothing about the tickets.
All right, we'll get a winner.
Well, if you pull it up on Facebook, it's pretty self-explanatory, and I gave it away earlier,
They're
so
trying to make it easy.
somebody,
I was thinking of asking Steve Martin earlier. That's
yeah,
not really
it's hilarious.
What sorts of music have you seen in here?
It's really new. I mean, we just started this February 1, so we're really just in our second week of doing this, but there've been some podcasts. Our first was a podcast. I think hip hop is going to be a really popular genre.
It's the most popular genre in the world. I was looking
Yeah.
at the #1 songs across the world, and it's all U.S. hip hop, and it's incredible. It's kind of crazy, the global reach.
Yeah, and the other side of that is that this space is perfect for that because a lot of guys like to sort of make beats at home
Right.
and kind of craft the song, but then they want to come in and do just the vocal part. So it's like perfectly suited for that. The amount of time and the setup here is perfect for somebody who wants to come in and just do their vocals. So I think hip hop is going to be a really popular thing that lots of people are going to want to get in on. But
What's the wildest thing you've seen happen in here?
I haven't seen anything wild yet.
No? Oh.
But like I said, we're in our second
Come
week
on,
now.
somebody.
We've been doing this for a week and a half. So
Alright.
You
It's-
mentioned
it's
setup,
still young.
and I was thinking about that. I mean, they get a 3-hour block, and as we see every week, setting up can take a while.
Absolutely. A 3-hour block will go really quickly. And
Yeah.
if you're doing something that's like really mic intensive, there goes an hour, And so I think originally there was talk of it being a 2-hour block, but you're really limited by 2 hours. And you're kind of limited by 3 hours, but we wanted to have 2 slots because that's 2 different opportunities for 2 different people to come in. So 3 is kind of this magic block that sort of fits in our workday and gives you that extra hour. So if you're doing drums or something, you could get a song tracked in 2 hours,
I think it's important to let people know that, and to also let them know, you said it, and we've said from the beginning, this space is not intended to put working professional studios out of
Absolutely not. That was a
business.
really big focus, and we've had people ask, are you trying to put studios out of business? And absolutely not. I mean, this is this is a companion to the standard recording industry kind of thing. This is really like focused on people taking control of their own work. Because I feel like that's how a lot of things are happening these days anyway. I think that a lot of people are taking their art into their own hands, you know, their home tapers, they're doing it on a laptop, people still use standard studios. Yeah, I mean, the whole game has changed, so this is in no way meant to put the hurt on people who are trying to make money recording people, and this is not a substitute for that. It's really just an opportunity for people to get in and like get their feet wet in production on on Pro Tools HD.
That's what I was gonna sort of say. We talk a lot about the Rashawn and Jafet and Elizabeth that are interning in here. They're
Shout out to those guys who are running the show right now.
Yeah, they're running the show right now, which is sort of the key. During that hour-long setup, whatever, those guys are learning how to, there's Rashawn right there. Those guys are learning how to set it up. So that's that educational component.
Totally. Yeah, and they're in, all week long, there are teens and adults in here plugging up mics, doing, wiring things in on the patch bay, setting up a session, routing inputs on the session. And so that's the kind of thing that we want to have happening all the time. It's just people getting their hands on gear and having an opportunity to work with stuff that maybe they can't afford or don't have access to.
That's a lot what Kessler and Dynamo do with their workshops, right? They'll have people like you and Jarrod come in as the artists, and those guys will set up the mics and the Pro Tools and everything, and learn from real life.
Yeah, and I think that that's how, I know personally that's how I learn best, is by doing it. Somebody can sit there and tell me how to do something for hours, but until I physically go and do the thing, like that's how you learn.
Me too.
So that's I think is the concept, is that just we get people in here just working and seeing how sessions work. That's how you learn how to do it.
I can say I spent the weekend working, I was telling him, working with a little 12-track, trying to figure out how to work it. And if you can explain aux send to me, we're good.
Yeah.
That's that concept, like, what you're talking about.
I mean,
once I see it, I can do it, but the theory of it still kind of blows me
and signal flow, that's a big part of what people get into here, is just like, how do I get this thing to go to this other thing, and it's like, and so they're working on a tiny telephone patch bay, which is totally professional grade, so it's what you would see if you went into a really high grade studio, so it's real world experience. It's not like messing around on a little 4-track or something.
Right, or watching YouTube videos,
Right.
which is what I do.
Right. Hey, I do that all the time too. I mean, whenever I run into a problem,
I'm always
that's
so
often the
impatient,
first
I
place I
like
go to.
fast-forwarding them.
Awesome.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
get mad.
yeah, some of them are just total garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, do you even know what you're talking about?
All right, so people that are interested should come by, call, see what's up.
Yeah, call the second floor or email me. My email address is on the library website.
Okay. And if they want to hear Okinawa, March 15th at JJ's
with Future Birds.
On JJ time, so
JJ time. Yeah.
Starts when it
starts. That's fair assessment.
Anything else?
Pre-sales are for that show are online, and also our music's on Spotify and YouTube,
All
wherever.
the major channels.
All the major channels.
All right.
Check
We're
that
going
out.
to do another one for us, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do
Thank
one.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. We're gonna do one called All This Just for a Melody.
Melody. It's one of my favorites.
Lots of that in our shows.
I like
that.
Lots of delay freakouts. I'm big on this.
I actually like it when you're not as gritty.
Really?
It's pretty.
Okay.
Kind of reminds
Pretty or
me
gritty?
of Ryan Adams, but not
Yeah.
as,
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I get like 3 or 4 different comparisons. David Gray.
David Gray,
and
for sure.
I love
Ryan
David Gray
Adams.
live.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah, I don't.
get compared to the dude from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh,
It's real
Oh,
obnoxious.
man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Regularly.
My condolences.
I could bring it up. I
um,
like the
yeah.
stuff at the end. It reminds me that Pylon is coming.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they playing at the
Songbirds? Yeah, I talked
to
like
them
that.
yesterday.
A lot more concerts there. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's another. We played with this band called
We need a story
Liz
there.
Cooper and the Stampede, and I just saw that they're playing in Songbirds coming up too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And
shows.
Rebecca
Maybe
coming.
a
Mancari.
story about all that.
Well, when the signal opens in a couple weeks, and I don't know if you guys know, but there's like 32 music acts on the schedule just this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're trying to put
Jeez.
Chattanooga Now together that comes out
Wow.
tomorrow. 32
That's
of
killer.
them, and
Yeah, that's
some
good.
really strong stuff.
Cool.
A jazz thing, there's a series down in Sewanee, University of the South this weekend,
Okay.
and it looks back at the jazz history there starting into the 60s, which is
Wow.
pretty cool to think
Yeah,
about
very
too.
cool.
Anyway, I hope you guys will check all that out, because there's a lot coming up.
And I updated our headline for the question, if you want to comment and all of that. Somebody will get a hold of you, so you have to read it, the headline. Yeah.
Steep Canyon Rangers, Friday night, Walker, who will they be backing up on March 8th at Walker? That show will be at Memorial. So that's the question, answer it, like and share, and you can get 2 tickets to Friday's show.
Shaquem will change it however he deems, and he might contact you if you
Yeah,
comment.
we'll let you know. Anything else that we didn't ask?
I don't think so.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
So,
Yeah, thank you again.
yeah, it was fun. JJ's, the
Full
date
band.
again.
Yep,
Cool,
March
man. I always like hearing
15th.
sort of
March
the-
15th, I put it on my calendar, and I made sure to remind myself a week before.
Okay.
Maybe that's not enough
Cool.
time to get tickets, because Future Birds
Yeah, I
too.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get on that.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Keep
guys
up
for
the good
watching.
work
Thanks.
here at the public library, and you can scroll back and see how you can get your time here. Go to the library's website. What is the website? I'll link you to it. I'll find a website, I'll link you to it. There's all these
I don't know,
different
but
like
Google is your best
hashtags,
friend.
Twitter, yeah. I will do that right now. Okay, well, thanks again. Happy Hump Day. Have a good one. Hopefully the sun will come out in the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys.